Hey friend, welcome to Self-Transformed, a podcast redefining self-care through simple fitness, nutrition, and mindset habits. I'm your host, Emily Nichols, certified personal trainer, Whole30 coach, and Taco Tuesday enthusiast. Hey, I know the struggle is real when it comes to taking care of you. I too am a busy working mom who felt physically and emotionally drained until I took action on my own transformation journey. I finally found the solutions to feeling confident and living a healthy lifestyle that doesn't feel hard, and now I'm on a mission to equip you with sustainable tools to help transform your life from the inside out, guilt-free. Together, we will simplify your health and fitness into daily habits that don't feel like another thing on your long to-do list, but daily actions that light you up instead. So if you're ready to redefine self-care and step into your own self-transformation, then let's do this. Hello friend, welcome back to Self-Transformed and your weekly habit hack. If you are new here, every Thursday we have Habit Hack Thursday on the show where I come and bring you a simple habit hack to take action in your life, to gain some small wins, which thus starts some momentum, gives you that compound effect, breeds confidence in that you can take care of yourself with some habit strategy behind it in order to make it work in your crazy busy life. I'm super excited and inspired by today's habit hack by one of my favorite authors and podcasters, Gretchen Rubin. Now, before we get into today's habit hack, I want to remind you today, Thursday the 21st, is the very last day that you can sign up for the April round of Self-Transform You. We are starting this week, and if you are wanting to transform the way you see taking care of yourself, this is it, friend. This is my 4-week signature program where week by week we will dig into data about yourself and your current habits and healthy or maybe unhealthy habits, how to use habit strategy to make it work in your life. That way you have a plan and it's just not over in 4 weeks, like you take that plan into your real life. And bonus, I include my mini course, the Habits That Stick Starter Kit within Self-Transform You. You learn the basics behind habit strategy, then you implement that week by week. So the first week we talk about basic habit strategy, mindset 101. A lot of times we have to overcome guilt we sometimes feel with taking care of ourselves. Week 2, we dig into food freedom and reversing the way we see eating and really digging deep into how are you going to make your meals? Like when are you going to make your meals? Grocery shopping, how to make it convenient and easier for your busy life. We also talk about movement. I provide workouts, but it's more focused on joyful movement and the benefits of doing hard things. And lastly, we talk about what to do when you lose motivation, because you will. We all do. And or if you come into a new season of your life. The beauty of STU is you get lifetime access to the course. You get 2 courses really for the price of 1, which is super amazing. You'll do a one-on-one habit hacking call with me to really take a customized approach into what you're doing with STU, and weekly texting and emails to help you stay accountable. Now, you might be like, this is great, but this sounds really overwhelming. It's not. Like, the course modules should only take you maybe up to 20 to 25 minutes, and then I give you homework from there. Always taking action, friend, and that homework is just gathering data about yourself and figuring out how to make this work in your crazy busy life. So if you want to join us, sign up today at selftransformu.com. There is a link in the show notes. I can't wait to see you in there and see your own self-transformation. I provide you the tools, friend, but you are the one that takes action. Okay, let's talk about today's habit hack. So I poll a lot in my communities. There's this new poll feature in Instagram stories, which I really love. I always include like a fun one, like what's your favorite like drink, a margarita or like a beer or wine or whatever. Y'all know mine, it's a margarita. All day, every day with my Taco Tuesday extra guac on the side. But I've been polling my community on Instagram and in our Facebook community. If you want to come join us, that's always linked in the show notes, as well as a free community on Facebook where we get a little insider scoop on things coming up, but also dig a little deeper into supporting each other, really funny memes as well, and just a lot of extra free coaching over there as well. But I was asking folks what their to-do list makes them feel like, what strategies they use to make their to-do list. Most folks were saying they use like a planner. My husband, I know he uses a Post-it note. Like if he knows he has to get certain things done, he writes them out. I personally use my own planner and my Google Calendar as well. I like to do an electronic and a written one. And I feel like you need to do some type of resource, some type of tool to help you stay organized with your to-do list, right? Now, from what I just said, like, okay, Emily's using a Google Calendar and a paper calendar. That sounds really overwhelming. And I get where that comes from, because from a poll this past year from Vital Smarts, 46% of those folks polled said their to-do list makes them feel overwhelmed. 61% said it makes them feel overcommitted. Oh my goodness. I feel like this so much. So I don't know if you're like me and you start writing out what you need to get done for the week or what you need to get done for the day, and the list keeps getting longer and longer and longer. Oh, and you write a couple other things on there that maybe you already did just so you have the satisfaction of crossing them off your list, right? But over time, that can feel really overwhelming. That can feel really defeating when your to-do list is a mile long and you're not able to accomplish everything because maybe you are overcommitting yourself. You're feeling overwhelmed by putting all the things on there. So we can talk about that deeper in STU when you join us there, and how we use some habit strategy to lose the overwhelm and feeling like you don't have enough time. But I love this concept of a ta-da list instead of a to-do list. Like I said, it's from Gretchen Rubin. She's the author of one of my favorite books, The 4 Tendencies, and the podcast Happier. If you haven't checked out the book, The 4 Tendencies, it's a really great gauge to kind of see. It's like another personality test you can take as well, and what type of personality you have as far as following the rules, for that matter, okay? I have a lot of my Whole30 clients do this, as a matter of fact. So what Gretchen says with a ta-da list is very much more encouraging and positive than sometimes an overwhelming to-do list. So what Gretchen suggests we do is write accomplishments while we're working on a project. So write it down. So, I'm working on, like last 2 months ago, I was revamping STU. Every quarter, I take all my client feedback and I revamp the course based on client feedback. It's always a very big project, but it needs to be done in order to give you the best value and the best resources to make the most of your time when you're going through STU. And I do that by getting client feedback. And while working on it, it can feel really overwhelming. So what I actually did a couple months ago, and I'm just sharing it with you now, is I did a ta-da list. So as I was trying to work through, I was celebrating every day at the end of my day. I usually use a gratitude journal, but I was also writing in there, ta-da, here's what I got done today. Ta-da! And that feels really great when you're working towards a goal, and sometimes you're just trying to get to that end point, but you're not celebrating the accomplishments that you're doing along the way. So ta-da, look what you did. So you can do it while you're working on a project or a goal you're trying to reach, celebrating those accomplishments. Ta-da! I like that a lot better than to-do list. Or you can actually make this a habit. So your actual habit hack today is, at the end of the day, make a ta-da list for what you accomplished that day. Sometimes we get so caught up with like, okay, here's what I got to do tomorrow. You're already making your to-do list for the next day, right? Why not make a ta-da list? Ta-da! I feel like I have to say it like that. And celebrate what you accomplished that day. That is going to help you feel so much more positive, and it's going to feel much more confidence for yourself as well, that look what I have done. That productivity is going to leak into the next day for you as well, because you're going to keep feeling that feeling of accomplishment. Now, a bonus tip for you that Gretchen also mentions is to do a could-do list. So a could-do list, it's up to you, friend. It's up to you if you want to do that or not. You don't have to. That feels a little less overwhelming, right? Or a today list. So urgent matters, just focusing on what you have to do today. I often do the Post-it note trick like my husband does when I am feeling a little overwhelmed. I'm like, okay, I wrote out all the things I need to focus on, just like my top 3. What absolutely has to be done today. And when I do that and use just a tool as simple as a Post-it note, I do get it done. So I love the idea of a ta-da list. Find in your schedule when you can start using that in your daily routine to help you feel more confident, more productive, and watch how that momentum, that snowball effect like we always talk about, builds. Okay, always here for you if you need some assistance. Come over to the community for some free coaching or join us in this month's round of Self Transform You at selftransformu.com. I can't wait to see you within my signature program. I know it's going to be transformative for you. And also, like I said, come over to the community or over on Instagram at Emily Nichols 22 so you can give me some feedback on what you would like to see in the future here on Self Transformed. Okie dokie, friend. I will catch up with you next week. Hey girl, real quick before you go, if you love today's show and know your girlfriends need to hear this message too, then grab a screenshot, post it to your Instagram stories, and tag me at Emily Nichols 22, because the more mamas out there hearing this message, the more empowered we'll all feel to take care of ourselves so we can pour from a full cup. Or the number one way you can thank me for this podcast is to leave a rating and review in iTunes. That way, more mamas will find the show here too. Love you and appreciate you, girlfriends. See you next time.